Hello everyone, Neil Tappin here from Golf Monthly and welcome to West Hill Golf Club and this video in which we're going to look at the 12 most annoying golf shots you can hit. Now, chances are if you're watching this video you'll know just how frustrating golf can be. There can be an incredibly fine line between a good shot and a bad shot, and in this video we're going to run down those bad shots that you hit that end up costing you that little bit more and end up being that little bit more annoying. Guys, if you're new to the Golf Monthly channel, please do hit the subscribe button to make sure that you don't miss any of our videos. If you like what you're watching, hit the like button as well. But now let's head onto the golf course here at West Hill and look at the 12 most annoying golf shots. Okay, so the first one on my list is sometimes referred to as airmailing the green, and effectively it's a situation like I'm in here where you've got a good look at the green, you've made all your calculations about what club to hit, but you get them wrong, you hit the wrong club, you hit a good shot, before you know it, one bounce and it's gone in a bush over the back of the green. If you've ever made this mistake, it's incredibly frustrating. If you have hit the ball, like I have, in a bush over the green, then chances are you're going to need to take a drop and play the shot again. If you do, just make sure you get the right club second time round. So number 11 on our list is 3 putting for par. Now this will either happen on a short par 4 or a par 5 that you're able to reach in 2, and there is nothing more frustrating than doing the long part of the game well, only to be let down by your putting. Now this is the 5th hole here at West Hill. I've hit a good drive and a good second shot. I've putted up a little bit heavy-handed above the hole, and this for me is a real make or break moment. If I make it, I go to the next hole, I haven't made birdie, great. If I fail to make it, whilst my scorecard might not look too bad, my mood is definitely going to dip. Let's see if I can make it. When it comes to bunker shots, tour players make it look incredibly simple. If you've watched any tour golf, you'll know that when a player finds himself in a situation like I'm in here, it seems to be a really standard regulation up and down, but for many amateurs, it's anything but. And I think the problem often stems from the fact that you know you need to catch the sand before the ball. The question is, how much before the ball? If you take a little bit too much sand, this is the sort of thing that's likely to happen. Now, one of two things is going to be the result of this. Either it hits the face of the bunker, rolls down, and you end up in exactly the same spot you just played in, or alternatively, like the situation I've got here, your next shot is going to be played from a plugged lie, and it's that makes this one of the most annoying mistakes you can make. Golf is hard enough as it is without lipping out or hitting the flag and bouncing out. The next one on my list relates to doing what I've just done there, which is duffing chips. It's actually quite easy to do, especially in the sort of situation that I'm in here, so tight lie on the fairway, delicate chip shot over a bunker. If I was in competition and I had this lie, this scenario, alarm bells would definitely be going off in my head. So duffing chips, incredibly frustrating to do. It won't do an awful lot for your scorecard and it'll do a lot of damage to your mood. Okay, so the next one on my list is really annoying, less because of the damage it can do to your scorecard and more because of the damage it can do to your golf clubs. So I'm referring here to skying your tee shots. That means swinging to the club goes slightly underneath the ball, you catch the ball from right on the top of the club and it leaves a mark on the crown of your driver, or in this case your fairway wood, and it is so annoying. It happened to me with this club a few years ago. This was a real trusty old 5 wood that I had in the bag for a very long time. It's a Ping G10, I loved it. It was a real go-to club for me to use off the tee, but one day I did the dreaded sky, and I hope you can see there, that sky mark on the top is left as a constant reminder of a bad shot I once hit with this club. Okay, so the next one on my list relates to Missing putts from inside about 18 inches, that range where really, if you were playing in match play, it would definitely be a gimme. And the only reason you've missed is because you've done something pretty careless. You've either knocked it in backhanded, left-handed, you've knocked it in just with one hand, or you've been trying to avoid somebody else's line, or just generally, you've not taken enough care and attention over it. There's an old phrase in golf, which is mark and wait. Anyone who's missed one of these in competition will remember that phrase, because trust me, there's nothing worse than missing a putt like that when you've got a card in your hand. Okay, so the next one on my list relates to when you muck up a recovery shot. Really, really annoying, because it happens in sort of situations like I'm in here. Second shot to the 11th, I pulled my tee shot down the left-hand side. I've got two options. I can either use my wedge and just lob it out sideways, but knowing what I'm like, in this scenario, almost certainly going to be tempted to go for the green. If I do go for the green, catch it heavy, I'm in the heather, even if I hit it well, chances are it's going to be going out to the right. Could get any sort of shot behind a tree, left into the green, whatever it might be. The sensible play in this situation is almost always to do what your instincts are telling you not to do. So, in the spirit of going for it, I'll have a go at this. Well, I got lucky somehow. I think that might be on the green. Oh. The next one on our list relates to leaving putts short, but particularly birdie putts that you leave just in the jaws of the hole. Those putts that you take a lot of time over, you're kind of scrutinising the break, you're not sure which way it breaks, and then you, for once, you get the break of the putt right, but you forget all about the speed, and the putt just doesn't carry with it enough pace for it to go in. It's one of those opportunities in golf where you've got a really good chance to make a rare birdie, and leaving the putt just a little bit short is so infuriating. Okay, so number 3 on my list relates to blazing one out of bounds. Incredibly frustrating, particularly because if you hit one out of bounds, you've just got to re-tee it and it's 3 off the tee, so it's really not good for your scorecard. I'm doing this here because this is the 10th tee here at West Hill, and down the left-hand side of this hole, there's a little stream, and then the other side of the stream is out of bounds. And out of bounds seems to have a sort of magnetic property for a lot of golfers, and this would be one of those shots that's had a magnetic property for me. I don't tend to hit hooks very often, but if I do hit a hook, you can guarantee it'll be on this hole. So let's give it a go. Let's see if I can avoid the out of bounds today. Oh, bit low, bit heely, but it's pretty straight. So the next one on my list relates to thinning bunker shots. Now this is higher up the list because really the results of this can be truly disastrous. You'll either thin the ball so it flies over the back of the green, so beyond the flag, into the nearest tree or bush or out of bounds, whatever's lurking over the back. Or alternatively, you'll fire the ball into the face. Now if you do fire the ball into the face, if you're lucky, it'll pop up in the air and plug in the bunker. If you're unlucky, it'll come back off the face and hit you. Either way, whatever happens, thinning bunker shots is incredibly annoying. Okay, so number 1 on our list, can you guess what we've gone for? Yes, that's right, I'm sure you got it, it's the Shank, or the unmentionable. There's a whole host of different names for it, whatever you want to call it. It's definitely, in my opinion, the most annoying shot in golf, and there's a few reasons for that. Firstly, because if you hit a Shank, the ball, it's just not going to stop until it's found its way into some sort of trouble, in my experience. Secondly, because often people will tell you that a Shank is the closest thing you can get to a perfect shot. Now, I'm not entirely sure that's the case, and it certainly doesn't help me feel better when I hit one. And finally, it's often said that the hardest shot in golf is the next one after you hit a shank, because of all the sort of thoughts that are going through your head. What do I do to make sure I don't hit it out of the hosel again? It can be a real sort of mind-bending shot that can affect you for the rest of your round. I've had a complicated relationship with the shank over the years. When I've done it, it's tend to be with the longer irons in my bag, which adds in an extra element of sort of danger with it as well. So yeah, the shank, an incredibly frustrating shot when you hit them. We've all done it. It's one of those that when you do it, it just gets in your head. Okay, so there you have it. That's our list of 12 of the most annoying golf shots. Now, before you go, please do hit the pause button and let us know, firstly, if you think we've missed anything, and secondly, what you think is the most annoying golf shot. We'd be very interested to hear what you have to say. And also, if you haven't done so already, please do hit the subscribe button to make sure that you don't miss any of our videos. And if you've liked what you watch, hit the like button. But for now, from West Hill, it's goodbye.